All right. Well, thank you for talking with me. If you could go ahead and let me know who you are, and I'm particularly interested in what economics BAs can do when they get a job with the FRBKC.
Yeah, so my name is Jason Brown. I'm a research and policy officer at the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City. I've been at the Kansas City Fed for the last 7 years. And so in the course of that time, I've had a chance to work with numerous research associates. And that's primarily the BA economics degree holder that we will hire at the Kansas City Fed. And for that matter, across the Federal Reserve System. So before I forget, one great resource for you and students to go look at if you're not familiar with is fedeconjobs.org.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a website dedicated across the system for postings to be uploaded, particularly for the research associate positions. So, the Fed obviously employs mostly macroeconomists, but I myself am more on the applied micro side. And so typically we have a slightly different model across each reserve bank, but in Kansas City, we have one research associate supporting 2 economists, and they're not always necessarily in the exact same areas, but sometimes the work is similar. And so research associates get exposure to the nature of our work, which with part of that being kind of more academic research, longer term research support versus our policy work. And that policy work can vary anywhere from tracking national conditions or global conditions or conditions within specific industries or with specific regions. And the number of hires that any one bank might have in a given year can really vary. But typically when we go through a recruiting season, which will start in the fall of a year and typically finish about this time of the year, we might have, say, 3 to 4 openings on average in any given year. And so, that's typically the position that we're trying to fill.
And this is all working towards trying to improve monetary policy, which is about the amount of money in the economy, improve spending policy, because the Federal Reserve Bank, of course, is a policy agency and not like a bank like Wells Fargo.
That's right. So you should think of our research shop as a policy shop. So our research and our work is in support of policy, in this case, monetary policy. So we have economists that focus, say, on the labor market. They can focus on inflation dynamics, or they can also, some of them focus on key industries within the region, because each of the 12 reserve banks, part of their mandate is also to understand economic conditions in their respective region and what are the drivers that are influencing overall growth in those regions. So yeah, our policy work is aimed towards informing our bank president and CEO, who's a member of the Federal Open Market Committee, and the FOMC is the committee that sets monetary policy on behalf of the central bank.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much. This has been very informative.